Kiana Wheeler and talk to her about her experience. So we're just gonna get right in. Kiana, I would like for you to give us a brief synopsis on how it's been going from the Karate Kid to the adult that teaches kids a karate.
Okay, well, I've been doing martial arts for about 16 years, and I have to say I hadn't always been the outgoing, confident, kind of vibrant kind of character and personality that I am today. I actually was very shy and timid, and I was afraid to be in front of people, talk to people, and deal with people. But since I've been in martial arts, it has given me those components, that confidence, that leadership. It's helped me polish those things. So I can honestly say it's been an easy transition as I've grown. I kind of just transitioned really, kind of smoothly and naturally into it. So it's been fun. I've been learning a lot, continuing to grow, and continuing to pour into the students that I have every day.
Okay, so the school in which you teach, which is here, your parents, your
Uh-huh.
dad owns it.
Yes.
So with being a child with a father who owns a school that you went to, that you teach at, how amazing is that? Like, how amazing does that make you feel knowing that this is your dad and one
It's
day
like
it could
ours.
possibly this could possibly be you because you kind of carrying the torch and starting. So how does that feel? Like, what's that feeling like for you?
Well, it's super, super awesome because I get to enjoy the perks of the business, free trips, and I'm the daughter, so it's just like I don't have to pay for much, but it's like, I reap the benefits, the same benefits plus more, like, as the students do. Originally it started like a father-son thing because I have a twin brother, Ken.
Right.
And I was like, how come I can't do this? You know what I mean? Like, I want to do it too. Like, my mom had to do something, and I had tagged along with them, and I got into it. And it's crazy because Keon, he did it, and he stopped at first degree, and then he quit. And I ended up passing him. I'm now a third-degree black belt. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's been awesome because I'm a woman. Because usually, when it's like the father-son thing, like he picks up the torch or whatever, but I'm the girl. So like when my dad is talking to other people, he's always like, she's my right woman in charge. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying this is my right-hand man or whatever. So it feels pretty awesome. I can honestly say that I could not imagine anything to be any other way, any different, because I have been doing it for so long. And being here, it has prepared me for the future, and if I get the keys to this, we've actually been talking about opening another location, and that would be mine. So that's exciting. I can't tell you where yet. We're still like planning on it, but it's super awesome. Just learning about how to be an entrepreneur and the business aspect and customer service, dealing with the families, as well as actually being out on the floor and, getting your hands dirty with them. You know what I mean? Like, that's all about being a good leader is, leading by example and training with them and not just kind of, marking orders or just kind of being one-dimensional. You know what I mean? So, like, I kind of been learning from different directions. So it's all, I'm absorbing and he's pouring into me. So I'm really grateful and I'm really blessed because, I'm going to have my own school. Like, I'm going to have it, even if it's, maybe to this one or to another one. I mean, regardless if it was going to happen or not, which I feel like it was, I was going to have my own. So,
that's what's up. So has this been like, since you started, has this been like the dream to be able to, take over? Was this the original dream, or
No.
did this kind of come about as you got older?
Yeah, it did. It wasn't. It was just like, I'm jealous because like my brother's getting my dad. I want to do this too. I took I did take a genuine interest in wanting to be a part of this, but like I never thought like that I would have a desire to want to have my own school, and as I progressed in rank and as I've grown as a leader and grown as a woman and grown as a martial artist, things started to change. And I feel like God started to place, things into my heart and things into my spirit. So I can totally see it. Like, I definitely want that to happen, and it feels good. Like, I'm just listening to God and trying to get better at what I'm doing so that when my time comes, I can do it to my fullest potential. You know what I mean?
Right. So when it comes to you, because I know you work with kids,
Mm-hmm.
you work with the babies,
Yes.
you know, the younger kids. So
Mm-hmm.
how is that? Because I know sometimes, you know, it can get a little
it get
trying.
real.
But like, how is that? How is that being able to like work with kids at such a young age? Because that's where they kind of start. That's where they start shaping who they are right then. And for you to have the opportunity to give them everything you got,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the confidence, the ability to be able to speak in front of people. Like,
Absolutely.
how is that? How does that feel like? What is that like on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I'll first say this. Coming up, like being young, I was terrified. This was like the group that I would like not. I would choose not to deal with the little ones and just jump to like the bigger kids or kids my age or whatever, because the thing about children are they're honest and they're really good at sensing energy. You know what I mean? So if you scared, guess what? They gonna know, and they gonna, you know, some take advantage of it, some, you know, but like my dad was like kick me out there. Like, I mean, the only way you get better is if you do it right. I was like, at first I hated it, but like honestly, it turned into a blessing because this is my ultimate favorite group to deal with. The younger the better, in my opinion. When most people are running high, like I can't deal with 5, 6, 7, 2 to 7 year olds. I would choose that over. I'll take them. So I specialize in teaching our tiny tigers and little dragons and our little ninjas. We start, like I was mentioning to you earlier, we have a new program where we start at age 1. Mm-hmm. And we stop at 3. That's our little ninjas. And then we have our 3.5 to like 5-ish. That's our tiny tigers. And then 5.5 to like 8. That's little dragons, senior dragons. And I love it. It's a blessing. And I'm so grateful that the parents that we have here, the families that we have here, trust us enough to pour into their kids. And they trust us enough to teach them. And they bring them 3 times a week. They're here every class. You know, they don't half step. And that says a lot when they paying, you know, their money and they're coming all the time. They're not missing classes. The kids mad when they can't come. So that lets us know that they like what we're doing here. And it's great. It's a beautiful thing to watch children grow and learn and develop, and the things that we instill in them, because here we don't just teach kicking and punching. We are very big on character, and I feel like it's important that we pour into their spirits so that they can grow up to be productive citizens and productive people, young men and young women. So we talk about a lot of things: teamwork, respect, humility, responsibility, things that they need to know as they advance and as they grow in school or outside or whatever. So it's great. Like it's developing young kings and queens.
That's beautiful. That's amazing.
Yes.
So, with your brother not doing it anymore, when he stopped, because you are twins, like, did you feel some kind of way, like, that's my twin, like, and now I'm alone? Like, did you kind of, was that the point where you guys became individuals?
You know what? Yeah, it is. Because we're twins, and I believe that twins have, like, this. You can't really explain the bond that twins have to somebody else that's not a twin. I mean, if you have siblings, like, you love all your siblings, but there's this special connection that twins have. And, like, the school is named after my brother and I, Double Dragon. Song Yong, that means twin dragons. And, I was kind of sad because it's like, the school is named after us, but, like, the other twin not here. But you know what? Everybody has their own path and everybody has their own purpose. And he just branched off and he's doing his thing. He's successful. He's in school. He's finishing his master's program. He's in a frat. He's out in the community. He's being a leader. He's exercising his leadership, the principles and the values. And yeah, absolutely. So the things that he learned here, he was able to harvest them internally and do his own thing in his own path. So, but yeah, for a while I was like, oh, I'm lonely. I'm lonely without him. But we're both on different paths, and we're both doing great things. But he'll pop in. He just doesn't,
doesn't practice anymore.
But I think eventually we can get him back in. His girlfriend trains, so maybe that can be like the bait,
right.
Get him back.
Get him back.
Yeah.
About how people, they get into these positions and they work with kids, and kids see them, and they shy away from the role model. For you, how is that? Like, do you feel you still carry yourself as a role model when you see them outside of outside of class?
Absolutely.
Is that important to you?
That is very important. As a leader, you have to lead by example. You can't just say be one way and then you like leading, you know, like you're not practicing what you preach. I feel like that's very, very important. You know, the special thing that we have here, the special dynamic that we have here at the karate school is that we are a big family. So most of us deal with each other outside of karate. You know, whether we come over for the holiday or we go out to dinner or we mentor different children who may need special attention, whatever it is. We didn't bring people in this office and pray for them, help them through their toughest times, deaths in the family, things that's going on in their household. Like we're more than kicking and punching. And you would have to be here to see it, you know what I mean? So I think it's important that you practice what you preach, and I definitely try to, you know, lead by example and stuff. So.
Okay, so you branched off, you know, you gave us the age brackets and the names of them. So just real quick for everybody viewing, you know, could you give them the times and dates as to when they can when they can come?
Okay, so
and how they join, like how they're, you know, how they can join.
Okay,
as well.
So we offer a 3-day trial class. It depending on your age is the class that we have. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are our beginner days. So if you are a first timer, which would be anybody who's interested, they will come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Excuse me, I messed that up. So if you are 8 and older, you will come on Tuesdays and Thursdays between the times of 6:15 and 7:15. If you are 8 and younger, you would come on Mondays and Wednesdays. Those are our beginner days between the times of 4:45 and 6:15. We have 2 classes, but they're all split up in ages. Okay. So if anybody was interested, they call, hey, I got a 6-year-old. Okay, well we have a class such and such that's, you know, we have for 6-year-old. This is, you know, that kind of thing. So that's the easiest way.
Yeah, let's flip it. I don't think they understand what I'm